Good evening. Tonight we're going to continue with Unit 4, Lesson 32. Multiply a fraction by a whole number by using the associative property. The associative property of multiplication is just being able to change around your factors and still get the same product. A times B times C is still going to give you the same product whether you mix up your A times B times C. All right, so here we have 2/5 plus 2/5 plus 2/5 plus 2/5. Repeat addition in our tape diagram, and by looking at that, you should know that's going to be 8/5. But what happens if we use associative property? And we did 4 times 2/5. It's going to be the same if we write it this way. 4 times 2 times the unit fraction 1/5. All right, so we have 4 times 2, and that would be 8, and then over 5, 8/5. And will it get it the same way? Well, let's try. 4 times 2, that would give us 8. Then 4 times, that would give us 8/5. It's an improper fraction greater than 0, but we can actually do the work in here and say 2/5 times the 4, and that would give us 8/5. Again, associative property, mixing around your numbers doesn't change your answer. You're still going to get the same product. All right, next tape diagram shows 7/8 plus 7/8. 7 plus 7, that would be 14. 14/8. But now, if we want to do this with the associative property, well, we have two groups of, remember multiplication of, that's what that means. 2 times 7/8 is equal to, well, let's mix up and using associative. 2 times 7 times the unit fraction of 1/8. And now that we're doing this, we have 2 times 7, and that would be 14 over 8. And this is going to be the same because 7 times 1/8 is 7/8. Multiply that by 2, and you're going to get 7 times 2, 14 over 8. So they're still the same thing, but even by mixing up your numbers. 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4. Well, what is that going to give us? It's going to give us 15/4 because there are 5 groups of 3/4. And we can mix this all up by doing 5 groups of 3 times the unit fraction of 1/4. And it's still going to give us the same. 5 times 3 is 15, and the denominator stays the same. 3 times 1/4, that would be 3/4. But multiplying it by the 5 is going to give us 15/4. Next one, 3 times 5/6. Well, 3 times 5, that's going to give us 15, and the denominator stays the same, 15/6. Now, if we want to look at 15/6, and we wanted to make sure that we wanted to, kind of not keep it as a fraction greater than 1, an improper fraction, we can pull out those holes, right? And the faster way I showed you is just division. 6 into 15 goes in twice. That's 12 with the remainder of 3. So how many holes are in there? There's 2 holes. The denominator always stays the same, and the numerator is the remainder. So 2 and 3, 6. But if we look at 2 and 3, 6, and hopefully you guys are getting into this habit, is 3/6 in simplest form? It is not. what could we do? We could divide the top and the bottom by a 3. 2 wholes, and in the numerator is 1. 3 goes into 6 2 times. So 3/6 is an equivalent to a half. So our new mixed number is 2.5. Just in case no one told you today, you're doing great. Keep going. All right, guys, keep going with the next 2 problems. 5 times 4/5 is equal to 3 times 4/8 is equal to. Try to use the associative property and play around with that to see if you can understand how you still can mix up the numbers and you still get the same product. I tried to roar like a lion, and everyone laughed. Oh, I love these memes. All right, guys, keep up trying to do the best work you can, and we'll practice this more tomorrow. Have a wonderful night.